tomorrow. Story and worldview. Excellent. Ah, stuff. Okay, stuff. Let's go. Words, great. This is a video game on your phone, and it already looks exactly like the Avengers, which I promise you is not a compliment to one of them. Holy shit. This is an open world, right? Like, this is... I don't know if this is actual gameplay, but this is, like, an open world environment here. Mashiro, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it looks a lot like Avengers, but with, like, upside. Alright. So this is... I guess this is New York? I'm getting an updated graphics ARPG feel. Like Marvel Hero, closer to Marvel Heroes, yeah, than actual. I mean, this zone is like a one-for-one hot take of Avengers. A lot of the zonings, but that's you know, that's assets. That doesn't make a difference. Hey, Skadoots. All right, so we got Cap and Cap and Cap. And then Doctor Strange with an eye patch. Alright, let's see. Cap shield looks dope as fuck. Spider-Man's Iron Spider costume is cool. Supposedly you can cherry pick parts of costumes and put them together. So I'm in. I just want Iron Man with the green hat. Oh, I love you, Storm. Storm main right here. Storm! Doctor Strange alt. That's right, Lunatic. You right. You right. You smart. You play Storm. Yeah. Really like his modernized costume. Really like his modernized costume. Yeah, okay, skipped. That pixie haircut, though, on Black Widow. Black Widow looks like Tracer. Okay, battle. Shh, let's go. Let's go. No, it's the guy talking again. I don't know if they know this, but there's footage. We don't have to talk to this guy. He's selling a story. Ah, yeah, yet a traditional version of the game, we will be kicking the shit out of Hand again. This is definitely... So, I don't even need to know what it says in the top right corner. Not actual gameplay footage. That might be that one. This is not. like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen enough of these. Yeah, mobile game. This is probably closer to accurate. These seem to be cinematic. Or like in My Hero when you have a cutscene. Like you do an ultimate attack. Oh, gimme, gimme. Different gameplay, though. Like, you're gonna be doing this, you know? Like, you're gonna be pushing the buttons. We have seen this, or something very similar to this before. I think this was the OG one. Like, the OG commercial, so it's not... MSF has really good graphics. Their art department's actually among the best. There we go. This is gameplay. Is it going to be pay to win? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. You don't actually think someone's going to make a mobile game in 2021 and it's going to be a free-to-play paradise, right? Like, that'll never happen again. The only thing you can ever hope for is the game has an enjoyable and enriching experience as a free-to-play button. This is the button setup right here, which is a lot more streamlined than Future Right. Future Fight was like button. It looks significantly more streamlined, but there will be some other stuff on the side, if my knowledge is correct. If what I've heard was correct. That said, I'm gonna be playing it with the controller, so. These are, what, talent trees? They look like talent trees. Or options. Yeah, okay, these are options for attacks, it looks like. So you load in with the specific ones, or the abilities or mods to them. Yeah, like skill changes. Okay, cool. Shit. That is a lot. You might not keyboard and mouse it the way you want, but you can probably get close. Please don't lock skill changes to costume pieces. There's a non-zero chance they will, but costume pieces aren't just buy for cosmetic stuff. Costume pieces are what you search for in this game. There might be some that you buy, or you could buy them instead of just farming, but to my knowledge, costume pieces are like the driving force of this game. All these costumes are amazing. That's a Hydra one. Yeah, costumes are gear. Kind of like how they do in Marvel, what's the other one? Realm of Champions, but you can transmog. You can No, there's also gear. Like, that hair color simulator brought me way back to Black Desert Online, which is a game I've been comparing this to for a while. Black Desert Mobile, Black Desert Online. We just saw Ben Riley. Yeah. Well, that's the current arc. He's back. Ben Riley's back as sensational. Can we just give Zemo thigh hugs? We better be able to. Content. Thandaddy. Red Skull. That's a great looking Red Skull. Buff ass Ultron. Whatever. You don't lead. Did they just hard cut Apocalypse? You don't lead with everybody and then be like, and Kingpin. Like, hey, look, it's Ultron, guys, and a fat dude in a suit. Oh, that's Cole Obsidian. That's right. Hydra of Tomorrow. Arnim Zola. Whee!
Latveria's massive wealth increases with every prize Doom plunders.
Most games have the, like, save somebody, but it's just usually, like, a thing you do. Is there a link for this? Yeah, I can give it to you. And I'm also gonna do a video. I'm going on YouTube, on my YouTube. I'm just trying to see if anything here is, like, new. A lot of this is like rehashing, but it's nice to have it all in one spot. This looks like PvP? Yeah. Or also known as the game mode Tony will not be playing. Hey, son. Oh, the Scarlet Spider with the color inverted. Oh! 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 Give it to me! Take my money! Color inverted Scarlet Spider costume. Why does Netmarble spend so much advertising on this game? They're not spending more money than Marvel Strike Force did. Why wouldn't you PvP? I don't PvP. Generally speaking, I don't PvP. It's gonna be playable on BlueStacks? Yes. Yes. Till they reward PvP with a costume. Britimus, you hit the nail on the head, sir. If there's a reward for PvP of a costume I want, then I will PvP. Amazon App Store. No one's playing on Windows 11. No, they won't do that. But there will most likely be characters that are better. Generally speaking, that's how these games try to do it. Balancing is really hard, regardless of whether you have... Like, dude, World of Warcraft can't balance PvP. And they only have, like, 12 character types. Good versus good? That's the PvP you're talking about. There's plenty of baddies. We've already gone through all of them. Netmarble is a Korean company, to my knowledge. South Korean company. So they're not the primary developers of this game. They're the umbrella. I forgot the name of the company that's working on it. You can Google it. Or maybe they are and I just forgot. We are sideloading on BlueStacks, Sen. You're 100% right, sir. I already did a video on, like, how we're gonna do that. Based in Seoul? Yeah, South Korea. But, like, the Avengers game for PC was released by Square, but it was developed by Crystal Dynamics, you know what I'm saying? When is it releasing? They've said somewhere that it was the September 30th. I don't know how accurate that is. There might, however, be an early access. I actually talked with the guy in my comments and explained my position, and we had a very good long conversation. And he corrected me on the things that I was wrong. I explained my position, and we came out on the other side of it. I hope. I'd like to keep talking with him, but he said that there was some things I said that were actively inaccurate. I disagreed. We talked. I understood where he was coming from, and I told him I would make sure to be more careful about it in the future. Good guy, though. Good enough guy. I have heard an early access could start as early as next month, but I have no confirmation of that. You don't ramp up to blue ball people. It's all about willingness. If your willingness to understand and talk about stuff, then there's no reason to be angry. But if you're not... This guy's literally the only person actually speaking into the mic. For the heck of the waifus, though? Unfortunately, there are no waifus in this game. You will have to stick to your normal scheduled waifu game. COVID restrictions, yeah. Nice. That's $100 worth of value, dude. Isn't that great? I fucking love coins, man. I love Amazon coins. I just throw them. I throw them like $80 every once in a while, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just buy this offer because I forget, but I never buy less than 100. Translate. He's saying that these are the launch locations. Actually, I kind of want to pause this. I actually don't know what he's saying. You switched to your account trying to whale less, but I'm weak. Just remember that it doesn't matter if you're using Amazon coins, you can use them anywhere, right? Do I Korean? No, not at all. We'll get this in English tomorrow, probably. I just want to get this video here. How many times have you been and where to Asia for business? Never. I've been to Asia once for pleasure. Specifically Japan. No, you're right to. I don't want to pretend I'm subscribed. What's it called? And it's hard to react, but at the end of the day, if this was a Diablo Immortal gameplay thing, whether it was English or not, I wouldn't care about what they're saying. This is a little bit harder for me to wrap my head around because I'm sure this is something. I just don't know what it is. By the way, comments anywhere if you know what they're saying. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you. 16 months, damn. Dave, you changed your name. There's no way I would forget Dave03K64 for 16 months. Who are you? Hey, Lendria, is this game supposed to be a Genshin with a Marvel skin? Hey, by the way, Lendria. Elira. No, but it would feel... But if you played Genshin, you might not feel that far apart, right? Like, it's in a more similar vein to that than it would be like Marvel Strike Force, if that makes sense. Said spinning circles around icons. June 29th, that's tomorrow, and that is the official English one. Oh. The release characters? Yes. There are, what, 8 release characters? I would be very happy to see an actual PC client. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more to do a PC client. Basically, just so you guys know how a PC client works, just to throw it out there, all a PC client is, all the Raid Shadow Legends client is an emulator designed exclusively to run Raid. Same thing with Genshin. All Genshin Impact is, when you open it up, that's why there's a launcher. The launcher... And the same thing with Raid. The launcher is the BlueStacks page that they've just... It's not actually BlueStacks, but it's, you know... It's just a customized version of, like, Mimu or whatever. So whenever you see a game that has a PC client, they're just tweaked, modified versions of a emulator that, like, you know how when you use a game on your iPad versus your iPhone or your tablet versus that, things go in very different positions. Like Marvel Strike Force, if I use my iPad, I have 6 characters in a row. And my phone, it's only 5. It's weird. That kind of thing, they design it to work in a very specific way. BlueStacks doesn't use GPU well? No, BlueStacks is pretty heinous. I think that's it. Are they trying to tell me that's it? We're done? Started streaming 20 minutes ago. Over, guys. Thank you. Here's all the translations. Okay, so, let's just go back. Here. So, Here's the takeaway, right? Here's my reaction. Again, keep in mind, I have very little understanding of the words they were saying, if at all. What I do understand is watching what they're doing here is making me feel trying to get the coins, thanks, Persifish. Somewhere between Future Fight and like Black Desert Online. Somewhere, or Black Desert Mobile. Somewhere between there is where I expect this experience to kind of fall. Future Fight, obviously, because it's the ground that they have the most experience with, and then Black Desert because it's a proven Eastern RPG, Korean RPG, KRPG, as opposed to a JRPG or CRPG, which are all different, by the way. CRPGs, JRPGs, and KRPGs are all incredibly different, and it all is based on what you spend for. Chinese RPGs tend to charge you for the character, the one you want, right? Like, but gate that a little bit behind some RNG and some gacha mechanics. JRPGs, mobile games like that, they tend to let you get characters, but maxing them out or making them relevant, mobile specifically, tends to cost money. So you'll get, like, the Pokemon games. You'll get them all. Was there any signs of gacha? No. They're supposed... So I've been told that there should not be any character-based gacha in this game, at least at launch. If there would be gacha, it would be in the form of costumes. But that is the only knowledge. The other side is, most KRPGs, you grind and you pay... So, like, Black Desert Online is a KRPG, and you can spend money on cosmetics, which is great, but realistically, you would spend money on, it was called fail stacking, because upgrading things required you to fail a certain number of times, so you guarantee it to happen. Yeah, the costumes are the only thing I see that could technically be gacha. Let's be clear, regardless of what the truth is, there is no situation where this game is going to be a free-to-play paradise. You know what I mean? There's no situation where you're going to experience this game as a free-to-play versus as a spender. That said, that doesn't mean that you won't have a incredibly fulfilling experience by playing the game, because you'll have the characters. But at the same time, I use Marvel My Hero Academia as a comparison, just for the sake of the conversation. The more money I spend, the more I see my name in lights. But at the end of the day, no amount of money in the world is going to make me win in certain game modes where skill is required. I have to have skill. So there's usually a general separation of Eastern RPGs of skill versus spending. You spend in lieu of skill, not or in addition to skill, but you don't just spend and become skill, which is very different from American RPGs or American spending. Like, just off the top of my head, is there confirmed guild content? I don't have that information. I know that there is a multi-person events and fights, like boss battles, I think is what I heard, but yeah, you can mix and match costumes literally everywhere. Through this. So my takeaway from this game, right? First of all, free to download. It's not free to play. No one calls it free to play. It's free to download. That's it. I actually have less, what's the word? I expect less from a game that's free to download than a game that I spend any amount of money on at the beginning. So, like, if a game's free to download, my expectations are very, very low. If a game is like, hey, you can give us $10, $15, and you can have it, my expectations go up higher. Obviously, I'm more pot committed. The only difference is, if I already spent money on a game, the game has to come complete, and then I only have to spend money on bullshit. What comes to my mind is like Path of Exile, where it's free to play, but I'm going to buy certain things because I want stash tabs and stuff. And I consider that to be like a one-time purchase for the game to buy a stash tab, $20, right? So that, to me, that's the purchase of the game. Everything else I spend after that is just kind of funsies. I'm telling you, this is the PvP, PvE, different versions of game modes. So supposedly one of the game modes is just like a whole bunch of people beating up a raid, you know, like just like 50 different players coming in. Early approach and then closing thoughts on this game, just to throw it out there, seems to me like I'm gonna enjoy it. You know, but then again, we've only ever seen this. This game needs full attention. You cannot auto it and do dishes. Yes, that's correct. This game, which is why I think people think this game is going to kill Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force has the advantage of having absolutely no intellect requirement to play. None. It can be played by anybody at any time, anywhere. And because of that low barrier to entry, Marvel Strike Force will always have a build. This game has a higher barrier to entry. Just like Marvel Contest of Champions has a very high barrier to entry. You have to, like Marvel, like fighting games, like mobile fighting games, and want to spend money. That's 4 different ticks. Right? So let's assume everyone who likes Marvel's there. This is in this pool. So this game, you have to like Marvel and like Diablo-style gameplay. Right? Like, that's the major difference between these. As opposed to fighting game gameplay. Future Fight was kind of a precursor. So you can either assume they're going to learn from what they did right and wrong with Future Fight when they apply it here. You can also look at what Kabam did with Marvel Contest of Champions and Marvel Realm of Champions. Marvel Contest of Champions was an incredibly successful game, still to this day, that has a niche but strong market. And then Marvel Realm of Champions sucks. But, like, only really badly and only for everybody who plays it. So it's not, like, completely useless. And I'm sure some people enjoy it. Just like I'm sure some people enjoy Fallout 76. Just like I'm sure some people enjoy, you know, other games no one else plays. It doesn't matter that you enjoy it. What matters is the growth potential. Because the more money a game makes, unless you're Marvel Strike Force, the better you do. You release more content, you improve your quality. This looks like a pretty decent progression from Future Evolution, so I'm excited to see it going. That's pretty much it, though. Tomorrow at, I'm going to release this on video. No, it's not released tomorrow. Tomorrow is the official English, it's called Marvel 1. It'll be available on Netmarble's main YouTube channel, which is, hold on. Uh, 5 p.m. Eastern. Here it is. This is tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, so 8 p.m. Eastern time. So tomorrow I'll be live to watch this with you guys too. And it's probably going to be the same thing, but in English, but we'll find out when we find out, right? All right, so I'm going to clip this, put it on YouTube, and figure out more stuff. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, every day this week is double stream. So it's normal 3 o'clock stream and then an 8 o'clock reset stream. Maybe I'll have some more information about Adam Warlock going into tomorrow, guys. Have a good night. Have a great day. Be safe out there. I'm just going to call it. Peace.